Hi, it's Mitch from pickdawgz.com here with the free pick in the Pelicans versus 76ers NBA matchup on Friday, April 9th, 2021. The 76ers come into this one as a 7.5-point road favorite. Not something that we've generally seen in the past from the 76ers, but this year a little bit different. This is the best year we've seen the 76ers in quite some time. 35-16 on the season. They are a half game back in the Eastern Conference standing behind the Brooklyn Nets for the number one overall position in the playoff standings. So certainly a lot to play for still, despite, being comfortably in the playoffs at this point. The Sixers have been banged up for a lot of the season, but still continue to fight through it. Of course, Embiid, he's in the lineup, he's out of the lineup, but he is in the lineup, and, that's why you see this number where it is at 7.5. Meanwhile, it's the Pelicans that look very banged up at this point, and certainly just not quite at that level where the expectations are. I know Zion Williamson's going to be a superstar, but I don't think he's a superstar yet because he hasn't really won anything. As a matter of fact, they haven't won anything at all or made the playoffs, and they're not going to make them this year either. The Pels 22-29 coming in. They are 5-5 in their last 10 games, but really, normally when a team has a losing record, generally they get a lot of points, and you would think, and they cover a lot of point spreads, but we haven't even been able to jump on board with the Pelicans for that because they're just not a great cover team. It seems that with Zion, you always have to pay a little bit of a premium for that. It's the Pelicans defense that's the culprit here. 27th ranked in the NBA. The Sixers, 7th ranked defense, 10th ranked offense. Pelicans, 6th ranked offense in the NBA. Just shows you, the difference between the really good teams and the not playoff teams is defense, and it always will be that way. It's just the way of the world. While it's not going to win you your fantasy league, it's going to win us a lot of bets, and that's really all I care about. I don't play fantasy sports. But the Pelicans, 1-4 against the number in their last 5 games, while the Sixers against the Pelicans just 1-3-2 against the number in the last 6 meetings of these two. Meanwhile, the Sixers come in. They've won 3 of their last 4 games. The one loss was against Memphis. That game was at home. The Pelicans, they've lost their last 2, 4 of their last 5. Last time out, getting smoked by Brooklyn, 139-111. This is their first game back home after a 3-game road trip. I just think when you have a team like the Pelicans that's banged up, you don't want to really jeopardize the future for the not present, meaning that it's not like they're going to make the playoffs this season. So why would you risk, your superstar players who are the future of the franchise? And I think the Pelicans, that's the approach that they're generally taking here. They're playing some of the guys that, are a little banged up, but they are playing them monitored is a good word for it. I just think that monitored isn't going to work against a powerhouse like the Sixers. I'm going to take the Sixers in this one, lay 7.5 on the road. That's going to be my free pick. If you're wondering who the top handicappers have, I'd love to hear who you have in this game, by the way. Leave it in the comments of this video, and by all means, while you're there, if you can hit that thumbs up, it's greatly appreciated. But if you want to know who the top handicappers in the world have in this game, head on over to pickdawgz.com, click on the Premium Picks tab, and find out who the top cappers are betting on to win this game and others.